The vanishing of Andreen McDonald. Before we dive deep into this haunting case, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video if you're into real true crime stories, and comment below what you think happened to Andreen McDonald. Your voice matters, and it helps us bring more stories like this to light. To understand how this tragedy unfolded, we need to go back to where it all began, San Antonio, Texas. It was the early morning of March 1st, 2019, when 29-year-old Andreen McDonald, a devoted mother, businesswoman, and fitness enthusiast, failed to show up for work. To those who knew her, that was more than just unusual. It was alarming. She never missed a workout, she never skipped work, and she never left her daughter's side until March 1st, 2019. That Friday morning, Andreen McDonald vanished. No warning, no note, just gone. And what was left behind was chilling. A half-burnt pile of blood-stained clothing, a shattered family, and a husband whose calm demeanor didn't match the panic swirling around him. This is the story of Andreen McDonald, fitness enthusiast, businesswoman, wife, mother, murder victim. A bustling city that balances southern charm with modern living, but inside this urban sprawl lived a quiet force of nature. Andreen McDonald was 29, born in Jamaica, and moved to the US with fire in her belly. By all accounts, she was magnetic, driven, kind, and fiercely committed to her family. She owned and operated a successful assisted living facility, managed staff, served clients, raised a daughter, all while maintaining a fitness regimen that would exhaust most. She was the type of person you could count on, one friend recalled. Andreen was going to take over the world, just give her time. She lived in a beautiful two-story house with her husband, Andreen McDonald, and their 7-year-old daughter. To outsiders, they were the picture of success. But inside those walls, something darker was simmering. When Andreen didn't show up for work at her assisted living center, people immediately noticed. She wasn't the kind to call in sick, and she never turned off her phone. Her staff called, her friends texted, no response. Then her mother tried, still nothing. It was around 11 a.m. when alarm bells really began ringing. Her friend and co-worker went to her house on Solitude Cove, and there something felt off. The car was in the driveway, the door was locked, but there was no sign of Andreen, not even her phone or keys. Her husband, Andre, was nowhere to be seen. Later that day, Andreen McDonald told officers that Andreen had gone out the night before and never returned. He claimed he went to sleep and didn't know where she went, but when police arrived to conduct a welfare check, what they saw wasn't consistent with a casual disappearance. In the garage, detectives found blood spatters, a receipt for a shovel, and a bag filled with gloves, a hatchet, and a container of gasoline. Out back, they found a suspicious burn pile. Within the ash and debris were fragments of bone, jewelry, and something more sinister, the charred remnants of women's clothing. Andreen McDonald was a major in the US Air Force, disciplined, reserved, but now he was acting strangely. He refused to speak with police, declined to assist in the search for his wife, and deleted his phone data just hours after filing a missing persons report. To investigators, his calm composure was less about grief and more about control. Police began surveilling him. They watched as he attempted to destroy potential evidence, throwing items in dumpsters, cleaning out his car with bleach, and, at one point, trying to buy an axe from a local hardware store using cash. The mask was slipping. While Andre stayed silent, San Antonio rallied. Volunteers scoured fields, woods, and hiking trails. Flyers with Andreen's face plastered light posts and storefronts. "Where is Andreen?" became the city's cry for justice. Meanwhile, detectives worked around the clock. Cell tower data, surveillance footage, social media. They were building a digital timeline of her final hours. But it was Andreen's iPhone that cracked the first hole in Andre's story. It hadn't left the house, not even once. Friends later came forward with troubling accounts of the couple's relationship. "Andreen would confide in me," said a close friend. "She told me he was controlling, aggressive." There were rumors of past domestic disputes. One friend even said Andreen was planning to leave him. "She was scared," she said. "She was preparing for the worst." Investigators uncovered a history of violence. Not enough to press charges in the past, but enough to paint a terrifying picture. Andreen had suspected her husband might harm her. She just didn't know when. It took nearly 4 months, but on July 11, 2019, searchers found partial remains on private property in far north Bexar County. The site was remote, wooded, hidden, exactly the kind of place someone would go to erase a person: a skull, fragments of bone, jewelry matching what Andreen was last seen wearing. DNA tests confirmed the worst. It was Andreen. With forensic evidence in hand, police arrested Andreen McDonald. He was charged with murder. His bail was set at $2 million. In the courtroom, he pled not guilty. But the evidence told a different story. Burned remains, bloodstains in the home, surveillance footage, purchases made with clear intent to destroy evidence. Prosecutors alleged that the couple had argued on the night of February 28th. Andre snapped. Andreen tried to leave, but never made it out. He allegedly killed her, then spent days covering his tracks. In January 2023, nearly 4 years after her disappearance, Andreen McDonald finally stood trial. His defense? He admitted to killing her, but claimed it was in self-defense. The courtroom was stunned. He said they fought. He said she struck him first. He said he only wanted to protect himself, but the evidence showed a different pattern. No signs of defensive wounds. Meticulous cleanup. A premeditated attempt to burn the body. Jurors didn't buy the story. But the final verdict shocked everyone. If this case has you on edge like it does us, hit that like button to let the algorithm know true crime matters. And don't forget to subscribe. We post new deep dives every week. Now the story entered its darkest chapter. Andreen McDonald was convicted of manslaughter, not murder. He received a 20-year sentence. Andreen's family was devastated. Her mother wept as the verdict was read. "This was not justice," she cried. "My daughter was murdered. This was not an accident." The community shared her pain. The sentence sparked protests and calls for legal reform. How could someone admit to killing their spouse, conceal the body for months, and only face 20 years? To many, it felt like the justice system had failed. Again. Today, Andreen McDonald's name lives on. A scholarship fund was created in her memory. Domestic violence awareness events in San Antonio now bear her photo. Her daughter, now in the care of Andreen's mother, is growing up surrounded by love, though missing the one person who never would have left her behind. This wasn't just a murder. It was a warning about silence, about control, about the danger that sometimes lurks behind the image of a perfect life. Andreen McDonald was a mother, a daughter, a woman who built her dream from the ground up. She didn't disappear, she was taken. It's up to the rest of us to carry the truth forward. This is her story, and we won't forget. Andreen McDonald's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly a life can vanish behind closed doors. If you believe stories like hers deserve to be told, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and drop a comment below sharing your thoughts or any theories. We read everyone.